All right. Hello. So this is lesson 23. You need to turn to page 240 in your math instruction book. Page 240 in your math instruction book. Okay. So once we get to that, let's go ahead and look at this problem. So it says you've used basic units of measures like hours and minutes, but now we're going to express the same measurement using different units to solve problems. So take a look at this problem. Lydia heard the announcer on TV say, "We'll be back in 240 seconds. It takes Lydia 5 minutes to wash the dishes. Does Lydia have enough time to wash the dishes during the commercial break?" Remember, 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So I want to go through these questions. So letter A, why can't you compare 5 minutes and 240 seconds without making some kind of change? Go ahead and write your thought down now. Okay, so you can't compare 5 minutes and 240 seconds because the units are different. The units are different. Make sure you're copying this down in your notebooks, because in your instruction book, just as I write that, or about what you write, because if you do not, then you will not understand or have notes to go back to when you're trying to work out the problems. Okay, letter B. There are 60 seconds in each minute. How many seconds are in 2 minutes? Well, if 60 seconds are in 1 minute, I have another 60, which is also 60 times 2, which is 120 seconds. What about 3 minutes? Well, I'll just do 60 times 3 and add another 60. All right, 60 plus 60 plus 60, or 60 times 3 is 180 seconds in 3 minutes. Right? Because for every minute you have 60 seconds, and if you have 3, you have 63 times. So letter C says, how many seconds does it take Lydia to do the dishes? Show how to add or multiply to find the answer. So it took her 5 minutes, okay? But if we know that 1 minute is 60 seconds and we have 5 minutes, that's going to be 5 60 seconds, right? Because 3 minutes, 3 60s, 2 minutes, 2 60s. So we can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 60 times 5, which gives us 300 seconds. Don't forget those units, they're very important. So look at the 300 seconds. Is this more or less time the commercial takes? So commercial says 240 seconds. Okay, Lydia takes 300 seconds. Look at the difference. Let's compare those two numbers because now they're in the same units. Is this more or less time than the commercial takes? Go ahead and write down your answer. Is it more or less? It is more. 300 seconds is longer than 240 seconds. Does Lydia have enough time to wash the dishes during the commercial? Looking at letter D, you should write no. No. So we're going to be working with converting minutes and seconds and just converting lots of different measurements. Okay, next page, 241. Find out more. On the previous page, we used the fact that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute to find that there are 300 seconds in 5 minutes. When you compare seconds and minutes, seconds are the smaller unit and minutes are the larger unit. You can multiply to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit within the same system of measurement. You just need to know how many smaller units make up one of the larger units. The bar model below shows there are 60 seconds in 1 minute, right? 60 seconds in 1 minute. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So it's 5 minutes and 300 seconds. It also shows that 5 groups of 1 minute equals 5 groups of 60 seconds. So the number of seconds in 5 minutes is 5 times 60 seconds, or 300 seconds. You can use a model like the one above to show the relationship between any pair of larger and smaller units in the same measurement system. So the bar model below shows there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Look at this and then answer. Explain why you would multiply 60 by 4 to find out how many minutes are in 4 hours. So it's not asking for an answer, right? It's asking why you would multiply 60 and 4. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video, and answer that question. And resume the video when you have your answer. Okay, so you should have written something similar to multiply 60 by 4 because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Multiply 60 by 4 because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And you need to find the number of minutes in 4 hours. Running out of room. Okay. So as long as you have something very similar to this, that is absolutely fine. If you have nothing like this or it's not even close, then please go ahead and copy this down. Otherwise, just move on. Okay. So we're multiplying 60 by 4 because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and you need to find the number of minutes in 4 hours. All right, let's read the problem below and explore different ways to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit. Wanda is shopping for a pet carrier for her cat. One small carrier can hold 240 ounces. Her cat weighs 12 pounds. Can the carrier hold her cat? Okay, the bar model shows that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So we don't even just have to use minutes. We can use it to minutes and seconds. We convert it to pounds and ounces. So, and inches and feet and all of those different conversions, right? So this bar model shows that there are 16 ounces per pound and that there are 12 pounds. So find the number of ounces in 12 pounds. You need to multiply 12 by 16 because you have 16 ounces per pound, right? So if you have 16 ounces per pound and you have 12 pounds, then you have 192 ounces because you just add them all up or you just multiply. You can use a table to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit, right? So this is from a larger unit to a smaller unit. You can also use this table. This shows pounds and ounces as well. So this table shows how many ounces are in different number of pounds. This showed the ounces in 1 pound different times. This one is showing pounds and ounces, and then the number of pounds is changed, and it correlates with the ounces. So the number of ounces in each column is equal to the number of pounds multiplied by 16. So this is a shortened version of this. Okay? Sort of. Yeah. All right. Let's look at this. Number 2. The bar model shows that 1 pound equals how many ounces? Well, the model shows that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Okay, so you should write 16 ounces. OZ is ounces. Okay. Now, what do you multiply the number of pounds by to find the number of ounces? Let's look it up. Okay, you multiply the number of pounds by the number of ounces. Wait, so what do you multiply the number of pounds by to find the number of ounces? Well, if I have 5 pounds, I multiply it by 16 ounces because I know 16 ounces are in 1 pound. And if I have 6 of them, I have it 16 6 times. So that gives me 96 ounces. So you multiply by 16. So now we need to write an expression that shows how to convert any number of pounds to ounces. Use P to stand for the number of pounds. So our expression is P times 16, meaning I can put any number of pounds in this letter P. It can represent 3, 4, 2, 25, 300 pounds. I multiply that by 16, and that's going to give me how many ounces are in that pound. Okay, so now we've got to use the expression to solve the problem from the previous page. Can the carrier hold the cat? Let's show our work. All right, so let's go back to that previous page. It says, ooh, too far. Wanda is shopping for a pet carrier for her cat. One small carrier can hold 240 ounces. Her cat weighs 12 pounds. Can the carrier hold her cat? All right, so 240 ounces. We're just going to put that to the side, okay? So she is 12 pounds, so P is going to equal 12, right? So 12 times 16 equals, right? 12 times 16 equals, I'm just going to go back up to my chart because this table does it for me, 192 ounces. So 192 ounces. Can the carrier hold the cat? Well, the carrier can hold 240 ounces. And so I have 192 and 240. Which one is greater? 240. So yes, it can. The carrier can hold the cat. All right, number 6. Describe how to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video and describe how to convert from a large unit to a smaller unit. This is basically just explaining what we did up here. You're just doing what we did up here, down here. So pause the video, explain your answer. All right, so you should have something like this. Multiply the number of large units by the number of smaller units there are in each one of the larger units, right? So multiply the number of large units, which would be pounds, by the number of smaller units, which would have been ounces. And then that's how many ounces, which is 16 ounces in a pound, how many smaller units are in the larger units. Now, this was just one example of a conversion. Okay, so you're going to need to answer these 2 problems below. And we're moving on. So you can either do that now in Canvas, or you can just pause the video, or you can just continue on and watch this video. Actually, we're going to just go ahead and watch the next video to move on, but you need to answer these 2 questions for me.